orphans. And I've asked Ken to come and just share his heart for just a few minutes about his love for orphans and how that happened, and introduce our special guest today. And I know that you dads are going to enjoy it, because we're about to see a man's man, a father of fathers, and it's going to be awesome. Ken, would you come, please? God bless you. Love you, bud.
Give your applause to Jesus Christ, who is preeminent in all things. Amen. I always love to come to Rose Heights to share wonderful success stories from the field because of Rose Heights missions, but today I am compelled to share something that I don't like to remember, because it does this to me. It happened in 1989, and it was not a good experience, but it's something that touched my heart until today, and it impacted me, and I can remember it as if it happened today. I had gone to Honduras for an orientation trip, and you probably know that Rose Heights and one other church, our home church in South Carolina, launched Karen and me and our little baby Tyler, who is here today, along with our adopted son, Pramod, from India. You launched us into missions in Honduras back in 1990, but I had gone for an orientation trip in 1989, and I went with my missionary mentor, Jack Dyer, to a place in southeastern Honduras called El Montesano. And we were visiting a medical clinic, we were taking medical supplies, and we were also visiting a small home for children that was very, very underfunded, and it was a terrible place. And we went there, and it was really my first face-to-face encounter with the orphan crisis that exists in the world. It was a rude awakening to the reality for 150 million orphan children around the world. And there is a baby. I told you I didn't want to tell this story. He's about the age of Liam, a little over a year old, and he was dying. Actually, it was too late for him. He was so malnourished and so dehydrated. The only food they had to eat was corn. And of course, an infant cannot assimilate nutrition from corn. And so I saw this and I experienced this, and there was nothing we could do. It was too late. And I told Papa Jack, I said, Papa Jack, I said, even if I have to take them to my house and raise them myself, I will never walk away from another dying baby. And he looked at me and he says, son, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you'll have to eat those words. And to be honest, I became blinded intentionally to the orphan crisis for many years. I didn't want to deal with it. You know, in missions ministry, we do all kinds of stuff. We're involved in evangelism and church planting and aviation and medicine and unreached people group ministries, education, business adventures, all kinds of things. But I don't know how it is with you, but I don't like to talk about stuff that I can't fix. And I don't like to participate in stuff that I can't fix. And so I think that in my mind, there was a tremendous barrier there. And I think a lot of us have barriers when it comes to the orphan crisis and the foster care crisis. There's a lot of stuff in our heads that needs to be erased. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to be blind to it. I wanted to ignore it. I wanted to do other things. I loved aviation ministry because it has a start, a middle, and a finish. You know, you have a sick person that needs a hospital, so you transport them to the hospital. You save another life. You write it in your logbook and you check it off your list. It's done. But confronting the reality of the orphan crisis is not like that. It's complicated, it's costly, And unfortunately, there's a lot of corruption and deception attached to it. So there's a lot of reasons we don't want to go there. But I want to introduce you to a person that has championed the cause of orphans for many years. He has made this the focus and the passion of his life. You're going to meet a man that says this in his opening remarks: the orphan crisis is not God's problem, it's my problem. It's my problem. That's called personal responsibility. And in my book, personal responsibility is synonymous with discipleship. If it's a biblical mandate, it's your life, it's your responsibility, it's my responsibility. Pastor Gennadiy comes from Ukraine, and he has taken responsibility for promoting awareness of the orphan crisis, and especially adoption is the best solution for the orphan crisis. So it's a great joy and a great honor to introduce to you once again Pastor Gennadiy.
I dream about my country, about former Soviet Union. I dream about all the world without orphans. If church will open heart.
Would you
and
welcome
start to
Pastor
do something
Gennadiy and his
for
team?
children. We can change situation. I believe every parent must wake up in the morning and say, good morning, Dad. Good morning, Mother. Father. This is my biggest thought.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that warm welcome. You may be seated. Welcome, Pastor Gennadiy.
Thank you so much. We are so happy to be here.
I'm so thankful it worked out that you could come into Tyler this weekend on Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to a father of 32 children. That is so awesome.
And happy Father's Day also for, now I must calculate, for grandfather, 20 children.
Yeah, that's right.
And happy Father's Day for everybody. This is the biggest gift from God, be a father for children. Yeah, God bless all of you.
You know, Pastor, I've already preached. You know, we're all adopted. And so adoption means something very personal to all of us. But you're doing this tour, and my son Reese is a development director for SO, and he's putting together all the details, and he and Ken and the rest of the support team are with you on this journey. God bless you for putting up with two Andersons, all I got to say, you know what I mean? But
around me, Anderson stay and help me. Can you imagine? I wake up in the morning very early, 5 o'clock, and Pastor Ken prepare coffee for me.
That's awesome.
And, it's unbelievable.
That is great. Well, I'll tell you something that Reese said to me. It meant the world to me. He says he's around you 24/7 for a month and a half. And you guys have had some difficulties and some challenges along the way. And he says he's never, ever heard one negative word out of your mouth or one complaint. And he tells me, he says, you and your guys are the real deal. And so I just want to thank you for that amazing attitude from Christ. That's just pretty amazing. And not only that, but you're able to leave your church for 3 months. You've got an incredible team there taking care of the church and the family in spite of all the difficulties that are going on there. I just want to welcome you and thank you for that.
One of my biggest gift from God for my life, this is my amazing pastors team. I have amazing co-pastors, and they tell me, Gennadiy, do what God tell for you and go forward. We will stay. They have amazing ministry and help me very much. And I want to say big thanks for your church because you know we live inside war, 10 miles to front line from my home, 4.5 years. And in the middle of this war, God gave present for us, big, good building. In the center of the city, cinema theater. We never thinking about it, but we don't have a heating system. And we have very cold winter. And 2 winters, we had our inside church very cold, minus 20 Celsius, but we worship God and pray. But thank you so much for you and your church and people who give money for us. Now we have more warm inside. Thank you so much.
Amen. Yeah, it's an honor and a privilege to just partner with Serving Orphans Worldwide to help support your ministry there, and I'm just so thankful. Hey, tell us a little bit about the bike ride. So this is the last leg of a worldwide tour. Can you tell us about that?
Sometimes when we stop everywhere, just for 1-2 minutes, people ask, what is it? And when we say around the world tour, when we say about how far, how many miles we get before, people ask 3 or 4 times. On the bicycle? And the bicycle, is it?
I know.
Okay, can I show you the map, what we did before this day, before America? This is the 14,000 miles through all Russia. This is not inside Russia, it's like three cross of America. And it's not like this, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah. We start from that red point, my city, and go to Kiev, the capital of my country, and go through all Russia. And later we go through 13 countries in Europe. And now we have the last leg, cross of America. You can see the map of cross of America right now. And we start from Laguna Beach. This is nearly LA, and cross of California, Arizona. Oh, this is something, Arizona. Oh, and we go to Grand Canyon, Utah, Colorado. Too much mountains in Colorado. Never go on the bicycle in Colorado, never. And later we go to New Mexico and now Texas. And tomorrow we will go to a part of Oklahoma, Arkansas. We go through Georgia, Atlanta. No, Atlanta now. Atlanta. And after that we go to Florida, and we will be in Miami. But it's not about bicycle. Don't tell for people who like Sovereign Worldwide buy this bicycle for us, but please don't tell them I hate bicycles. It's not about bicycle. I love bicycle for 5 miles, one time a week, but it's not about sport. I love sport, but it's not about sport. I'm not cyclist. I was wrestling champion.
I believe
before.
that.
No, but we did it to promote adoption. We did it just for tell people orphans need family. All orphans must wake up in the morning and give hug for parents, for father and mother. This is our dream, and this is why we go through around the world. This is a real prize. We had many crazy, cold, very cold days, very cold rain. When we go through Colorado, we had snow and what is the name in English? Piece of ice.
Sleet.
What, sleet?
Yes.
Piece of ice, huge. Old
Hail.
truck. Yeah.
Hail.
Piece of ice like this, you know. And
Wow.
we had something like tornado, little tornado, not so far from us, and we have so big lighting show. Hundreds lighting was around us in Texas, exactly, and unbelievable. But we paid this price for motivate people for adoption, and we have unbelievable story, hundreds story when people adopt children through this.
It's working, isn't it?
Yeah, we had hundreds church, we had hundreds press conference, mass media, TV, radio, newspapers, hundreds. And later we receive letters, pictures, and movie from family who say, thank you so much. You give for your motivation. Now we adopt children, and they send pictures for us, and they say, please, nobody adopt 32. My story is crazy story. Never follow me. We don't tell for people adopt 30 children, no. But we are real sure around the world we have enough good family who can adopt one. Maybe somebody can adopt two, but we're real sure. Do you know that Texas have 30,000 children who need forever family? Texas have 30,000 children who need forever family. And around the world, I'm sure you have enough good family for adopt all of them here.
You know, and your word is getting out, your passion is getting out. You've been featured on CBN 700 Club during this bike tour, on Daystar, and also Fox News. So God is helping you and giving you a platform to get this word out of adoption. And we all can relate to that because, let me just preach it one more time, we are all adopted into the family of God. Can you just give us one story of all the hundreds of stories of adoption? Can you just give us one of someone that was adopted?
Maybe I show you my adopted son, number 32. Where's my youngest boys? Come on, two youngest boys, very quickly, go, 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 go. One of them my biological, one of them my adopted, number 32. Usually we have one short play. Okay, come on. Please, four of you will play with me. Who is adopted, who is biological? Your choice, Brian. Is biological? What is your opinion about it? Who is biological? Who is biological? This? Okay, what do you think about it? Who is biological? Yeah. Two. Okay. You must be sure, all of them, my son, 100%. But who is biological? Who's biological? I forget. He's my biological. He's my adopted, number 32. Where's the number, sir? Where's the number? Go, guys.
These guys are riding a bicycle across the U.S., man. That's just crazy. It's amazing.
Let me show you just one story from hundreds. I want to show you this lady. Can you see 2.5 million people saw just this YouTube? Just this movie on YouTube. The story of this woman was in prime time in many TV channels for millions of people. But that story starts when we go through little Russian city, and this lady, she thinking about adoption, but she, after service, I was very tired like this, and next day ambulance took me and gave me medicine because I was done. and this lady just take my hand and told me, Pastor, I want to adopt, but I'm afraid. Please pray about me. I can't power for praying that day. I just told her, please, if it's possible, don't afraid orphans. They need family. Please, if it's possible for you, just do it. Some months later, she sent me letters. And she told me, I don't understood what's happening that evening. But something happened. I stopped afraid and start prepare document. And she go to orphanage and told for the principal, for the boss of that orphanage. And she told him, I want to adopt somebody who don't have one chance for adoption. Give me children who don't have chance, have family. I will adopt him. It's not so often when people ask something like this. And that guy, he gave for her little boy his name. His name is Stepan. This is left. He is this boy first day in family. This is 10 months later. But it was the beginning of that story. She told me, please, Pastor, read these letters for your team. When you will go through mountain or through rains, just tell them this story. You have result. You have impact for many lives. And she back to orphanage and adopt one more disability children. And some months later, they tell we want to adopt more. And they adopt one more disability. Now she has 7 adopted disability children. And more than 100 her friends, more than 100 her friends adopt children with disability. And last her story about this girl, little girl. Can you imagine that girl? She was 5 years old, and her weight was 16 pounds. He was completely sick, and doctors don't understood what's happened. Doctors say she don't have chance for life. She will die very quickly. And that woman came to hospital, and he told them, I want to adopt her. All doctors told her, please, this is not a good idea. She will die very quickly. But that lady say, I know what she needs. It's not just body problem. I want to adopt her. And she took her from hospital and family. And can you see this picture some months later? Can you see this? This is that Stepka and that last adopted girl. And this is just one story from hundreds what we have.
That's just amazing, Pastor. You know, you've adopted 32. One of your adopted boys that you took off the street when he was 5 years old is a boxing champion of all of Ukraine. Another one that you adopted when he was 12 wrote a song, original song, and it won the Voice of Ukraine.
Yeah.
He's here, isn't he? Would you introduce him?
His text and his music and his arrangement, he produced. Can I invite him?
Yes, please.
Andrei, come on, very quickly with Stas and Andrei. Be ready for, come on, Stas. Oh, okay. Let me introduce my adopted son, number 1. I adopted him when he was 12, but he grows so quickly. Can you see this? I adopt just this part of him, but twice size. And he was 12 years boy when I took him from street with my friend from my church. Can you imagine? He was homeless from 6 to 12. His family was destroyed. His mother was circus acrobat in Moscow. But something happened with family. Father go, I don't know, nobody knows where his father. His mother started drunk alcohol each day, and she died in our rehab center in church. Praise the Lord, she came to Jesus before. But his adult brother killed himself. His second brother, his mind was destroyed because family destroyed. Andrei started living street from 6 to 12, half life. And I had the privilege, took him from street and adopted him. And can you imagine, he finished university, music academy. He's professional musician. But he told me, don't call me professional when I go through America, because after bicycle, his hand like this. And he told me, don't call me professional, I can't play after bicycle. And he also hates bicycle like me. And can you imagine, now he is a worship leader in my church. I know you have amazing worship leader, but I also have amazing worship leader.
That's right.
Sorry, but he is also an amazing worship leader. And this picture, this is his son, his wife and his son. His son is my adopted grandchildren, number 18. And let me introduce my friend. He's my administrator. His name is Stas. And he told me, Pastor, please, I want to be also your adopted son. Because I grow without father, and I say, okay, non-official 33rd adopted son, come on. One more, no problem. And